Welcome back to Melanie Smith Stamps. I'm so excited that you guys are here. I am going to be working with the Spellbinders Advent Calendar and opening door number 3 today and sharing with you another goodie from my craft room that I will be giving away at the end of the month on Christmas, no less. And I thought, since I did not get a chance last night to actually color the stamp set from yesterday's Advent window, I thought I would go ahead and color it here during the live tonight and maybe get some ideas going between all of us and we just have some crafty fun. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the video around and we can get started. So here is the stamped image that we'll be coloring. But before we do, let's go ahead and open up door number 3, sorry. Door number 3 of the Crafty Advent Calendar. Now, I wanted to let everybody know that this has been sold out on the Spellbinders website. It's almost always sold out by the time we do Advent. And hello, T. Jones. But the Advent calendar is almost always sold out. And I actually found it available, surprisingly, at scrapbook.com. So if anyone is watching this and catching this later in the replay, I will put a link down below in a little while for this Advent calendar. So I just thought I'd mention that because a lot of people will probably be looking at Spellbinders and they're not finding it. So here is the inside. And let's see, door number 3. I've already had a sneak peek of this because some people in my group over on Facebook have already been posting samples. So if you are not a Facebook member over there, I would love for you to join us. It's Craft Life Together with Spellbinders and more. Look at this little guy. Oh, you guys probably can't see him. But this is a little bunny rabbit inside a magical hat. This is going to be sweet. So let's open this up and see how it goes together. I love it when they give us dies. And they do give us a lot of dies in these sets. So look at the big hat. That is a nice size. It is almost 2 by 2. So it's about, 1 3/4 or so. And then look at Mr. Bunny. Look at there. So cute. And these little stars. And there's the inners of his ears. This probably goes behind his eyes. And then this, of course, is his magic wand. And then this little piece here will be the band that goes across there. And then these little pieces probably go on the tips of his wand. So that is today's adorable die set. And I could see using this for any little boy's birthday card and making it magical. What about getting like maybe a Harry Potter kind of hat, like a witch's hat or something, and putting it on the bunny's head? He's in a hat, but he could be wearing a hat, and then put the stars all over the hat so it looks like he's a wizard inside the hat. I think that would be kind of cute. So I will play with this in the future. And I thought we'd play with yesterday's tonight. So someone watching last night said they'd like to see Copic coloring. So I thought I would bring out my alcohol markers and we would just do some Copic coloring. Now, has anyone else played with this one as of yet? I thought we would just do some Copic coloring and have a chat and see what everyone's up to. So tell me in the chat what types of projects y'all have been working on. I would love to hear about it. I am just doing the lightest color of brown underneath the actual mushrooms here. This is E41. And then We'll go to E42. And I'm looking for areas that are darker, where the shadows are, and it's usually where things come together. So I'm going to put some dark up here, and I'll come down around the edges because this is rounded. So you're going to have dark around the edges, and then a little bit at the bottom, because again, it's rounded. Anyone else in the room like coloring with alcohol markers? Oh, I probably should have done that one on all of them. So I'm going in with the darkest marker, and I guess you could go a little darker than this if you wanted to, but I wanted to keep this part soft. Kind of wanted it close to this craft cardstock. You made 2 cards this morning with the stamp you are coloring. Now, awesome, awesome. Now, are you part of the group over on Facebook? Because if so, I hope you shared it. I don't recognize your username. I apologize for that. But thank you for telling me. How did you go ahead and color yours up? Or did you do a different technique? Now I'm just going to blend here to the center just with some light flicks because I want to preserve that highlight there in the center. So that's all I'm doing is just blending out. You'd be able to see that a lot more if this was a darker color. But since it's a light color, you don't really see it a whole lot. You will see it a lot more when I do the reds. Now I'm going to test these here real quick because, well, actually, you know, I don't even have to because look, this is how I picked my colors. Sandy Allnock's Hex Chart. I just recently filled this out. You can purchase this online from her. And this is how I picked my colors. So I've been playing around with this lately, and I went ahead and chose my colors from here, starting with R27 and 29. And then I went with R35, which is the lightest. Even though it's a larger number, it's a lighter marker. So that's what I was going to test out, was that. I wanted to make sure I got it in the right order. Let's see. I'm okay with basic coloring. I used alcohol markers, but not good. Oh, well, any coloring is fun coloring, right? Folding your card. So you're finishing it up and you're crafting right now. That's awesome. I used reds for the mushroom on one card and dark oranges on the other. Wonderful. Yes. Yeah, I actually looked up pictures of mushrooms right before I just went out of the lines. Right before I came on live, just to get some color variations, but I still went back to my favorite, which is the red. Even though red is very difficult to color with Copics, it's always been one of my hardest, most challenging ones to color with. But such is life, right? You got to start somewhere. So I'm just going to do a little outline here, just where my darkest will be, kind of like mapping in my plan. This side's going to be a little darker because the artist drawn lines are there. I usually, yeah, let's see, 27 or 27. That's wonderful, Sherry, that you have the same chart. I have had it for so long, but I've not used it. I've not actually filled it in until just recently when I started actually selling some of my duplicate Copics. I had to figure out which Copics I had duplicates of, so I just decided to start coloring it in. So, yeah, I am pleasantly surprised and happy with the way my coloring is turning out by mixing the numbers. You get more color options using her technique. She's such a brilliant artist. I could sit and watch Sandy all day long. Now, of course, I'm leaving that big white space up there because I want it to be a dramatic highlight, or I'm hoping it's going to be. We will see. Like I said, red is always difficult, but I'm hoping with Sandy's color choices or guide, it's going to be easier. Oh, I'm sorry you have a migraine. Those are always no fun at all. I am definitely a headache girl myself, so I feel for you. I'm going to go over really lightly with that, real light. I don't want to use any more on that. Then I'm just going to darken up this. I probably should have used even a lighter to close up that hole. 4 colors would give this more dramatic of a look, but I think it's going to be okay. By adding this dark, that's going to look even whiter of a highlight. And once it dries back a little bit, I think it'll be even better. Okay. Oh, we forgot the other one. Let me do the other one real quick. 2 more. So focused on that one, I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, filling in the chart helps you see. You can also get like a little booklet. It used to be on Amazon. I don't know if it's on there anymore, but it's like a little wallet, and you can fill them in, and that way you know what you have and you don't have, and it's like $3 or $4, or it was back when I was collecting. And I would usually buy my markers used, and then just buy the refill for it, and it just saved me money. I didn't have to pay full price for the original marker. And I have a bunch still for sale if anyone is looking for them or needing them. You can just let me know on Facebook. But I have a bunch still left. Look at that. I love this. Is going to be all dark right here because of that being behind this front one. Same here. And you see the artist drawn lines. I don't know if you can see if I can get close enough for this, but the artist drawn lines even show you because they've drawn little hash marks right here and right here, and it shows you. But anytime something is in front of something else, you're going to have your darkest area behind it. That just gives you a hint of where to go dark. Oh, wrong end. Can you guys hear my washing machine going? I didn't even think about that. My washing machine's running. I wonder if you guys can hear that. If you can, I'm sorry. I just am crafting all night tonight, so I thought, well, why not start on the live? Even though this is yesterday's, I figure I would do it and just have some fun. Might as well, right? 29. This is R29, our darkest marker. Look how deep that is. Love it. Don't be scared to go dark. Okay, that's one thing people are so scared of is going dark. Usually you probably don't go dark enough. It doesn't have to be a lot. Just a little bit. But it goes a long way. And like you saw up here, by going dark, the light areas pop more. Little tiny space. Good. I'm glad you guys can't hear it. You can hear your dishwasher. Well, that's not my fault. So I'm good with that. Just give this one a little sliver over here. And this one's just going to get a little sliver on that side because it is really dark from that front shadow. And this is not as smooth as I'd like it. I'm probably going to lose some shadow, but I'd rather it, highlight. I'd rather it smoother. So I went over it real quick more. Okay, so let's change to some green and let that dry. I will go with YG13. Hello, Kat. How are you? I'm glad you found me. I'm just a coloring. I'm crafting all night tonight. For anyone that doesn't know, my husband works at night, and I do all my crafting and recording and everything at night. So this is my daytime. So I am just flicking in some, you know what, I think I might just use this green. I really like this green with this red, so I might just keep it all one green color. This is just a really pretty fresh green. But I'm going up the base, and I'm just leaving a white tip on each of these leaves. These ones back here wouldn't have any because they're behind. But that white tip is sunlight. Now you have to pretend there's sunlight. Some hiding back here. Looks good. Oh, well, you know what? I don't know if you get a notify when I just go live without scheduling it. That could be it too, because these lives, I'm just going live. I'm not scheduling it in YouTube itself. I think I'm gonna cancel this new software I'm using and switch back to StreamYard, because it doesn't seem to be as nearly as good as StreamYard was. I know I might be talking about stuff you guys aren't understanding, but it's just the softwares that we pay for. And they had Black Friday sales and stuff, so I decided to try a new one that has all different features to it. They had a really good special, and I thought, well, I'll give it a go, and you get like 2 weeks free, and it ends this Saturday. So I'm thinking about switching it back. But I like the bells and whistles, and it will let you like schedule it far out. So like I could schedule a live next week if I wanted to, and then you guys would get notifications more. Oh, you did get a notification. Okay, just when it went live, like at the live time frame, Brenda? You see how the white on the tips that I left? Whoops, camera focus. Okay, I'm going to take these greens out because I like that one. I'll just do these little pebbles real quick. Gray. We may lose those when we cut it, but I'll go ahead and just fill them in. I'm just using C2. Any gray would work. You could even do them brown if you wanted to. I'm just dotting with the tip of the marker. And then we are going to do light blue flowers. Well, that is good to know, Brenda. For some reason, Kat is not getting any kind of notifications, and we don't know why. Earlier today, I was straightening up my craft room, something I need to do a lot more often. And I ran across a really, really old, I don't know if you guys know what these are, but color coaches. It's what they had in Stampin' Up! A long time ago, and it helps you pick out colors. And one of the colors I saw was red and blue. And I thought, well, I'm going to try it. So that's where we got these blue flowers from tonight. Yes, exactly. And that's because they're scheduled. Yeah, the 30-minute notice is because they're scheduled. And I would have that better. I mean, these lives, I'm not, these are like impromptu because I'm doing them whenever my husband leaves. And some days they're going to be earlier because my grandson's going to come. And some days Santa's going to be here. So they'll be earlier on those days too. It just depends on everybody's schedules. So these are just fun little lives. Matter of fact, I wasn't even planning on crafting during any of them, but I just had the mojo today. So I thought I would add it in. I hope that's okay with everybody. And I hope it's okay that I'm on a different day. But I just thought it would be fun. And I was in the mood to craft. And I was hoping somebody would show up and craft with me. Because that's the reason I do this. Is to craft a life together. There's one hiding. So, does red and blue go together? I think it's going to be even prettier when I put the yellow centers in them. There's some green up here I left. And then for the centers, I just got a single yellow. I'm not going to worry about trying to shade in that little bitty bit. So we're just going to put a pop of color right in the middle. There we go. I feel like that mushroom needs darker color. I'm going to get a darker color real quick. Hold on just a second. Okay. Yeah, this is what it needs. That's going to look funny right now, but that's okay. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you. That really warms my heart. I appreciate that. I know I don't go live very, very often. I probably should go live more often. It would probably make making videos easier if I went live instead of recording and editing and all that good jazz. It's a lot of time in all of that. A lot. People don't realize it, how much time and effort is in all of the video making. But it's fun. It's fun. It's challenging trying to make each one a little better than the last one. It's always an ongoing thing with me. I always want to try to make it better, make it better, make it better. Doesn't it look better with the dark? Just that little bit of dark. I'm going to just tag just a tad. Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. Sometimes I just can't stop. I love coloring so much. There we go. Now this has to dry back. This isn't going to have a ton of highlight in it because it's not supposed to. All right. There we go. Now, do I have a white gel pen? I don't know. If I do, we could add some dots. Let's see if these work. Ha ha ha. Pray for me. Pray for me. I'm always nervous when I do something like this. You don't want it to look like too perfect because it's nature. But you also don't want to look crazy either. Just make it random. Now we have little dots. Now because it's red, they're kind of soaking in just a little bit there, but at least we have some little dots. All right. Now, what I was thinking is if I attempted to fussy cut this, what do y'all think about me embossing one of these and then just putting this in front of one of these? Have y'all seen this one before? Here's the actual picture. Probably easier to see this way. It's an embossing folder, but it also cuts the outline here. And it has kind of the same feel for it. It's got the mushrooms and it's got greenery and it kind of matches. But you're not going to see all of it because you would have this in front of it. It would just give a textured background more than anything. So I thought I would give it a try, if nothing else. I was just going to make it in craft. And then we'll just see what it looks like. Now these die cut and emboss at the same time. They come with these dies. So they just sit in here. And then you'll sit this in here. I'm going to move this out of the way so I don't mess it up. Give a little spritz. Actually, I'll move that over here. Made sure those stayed in like that. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. It probably came out last fall. It's been, you know, I was digging in my stash. So let's see. Let's see what it looks like. There was, I don't know if these are still available, but there was a wax seal also that went with all this. I don't think I have the right sandwich. I think I need an extra. Oh, I know what it is. I have the wrong top plate. Silly me. That will make a whole lot of difference, won't it? There we go. Now we get the clunk clunk. You know what? I'm going to run that through one more time. Just to give us a little... No. Yeah, I'm going to. Just to see if I get a little more indentation. Because it's still wet. Please don't mess it up, Melanie. Yeah. There we go. Isn't it pretty? I love this one. So then you have this one here did mess up. This one moved. So I got it. That one did mess up because I went back through it. But my big one is good. And that's the one I wanted. So now let me just fussy cut this. And I don't know if it's going to look right or not, but it was just similar. I will make sure to link it under the video if it's not already there. I have put it there, but I don't know with this new program if it will actually show up. So, but I'll put that because I did make a supply list for this one. I also put the website for Copics that I find the cheapest on my supply list too. So I'm just going to cut this out, and trick for fussy cutting is move your paper, not your scissors. Most of you probably already know that. But if you don't, you got an extra tip. Fussy cutting is not my favorite thing in the world to do, but it works. Thank you, Sherry. It's actually not that hard to cut around this one. It looks like it would be because of all the little rocks and the little leaves and flowers, but if you leave yourself a little white border, pretty forgiving. And that's what a die would do, so might as well. Just easier to cut off those big pieces when they're hanging there. Easier to turn your paper. Then the scissors like you a lot more. Okay, we're on the home stretch. I know this is extremely boring to watch, but it's important. I don't want to cover up all of my embossing folder. I want people to see it. Now, y'all be thinking, put your thinking caps on how we're going to finish this. Haven't got that far yet. Should we rub some white, maybe some white ink over the embossing folder to make the details come out, possibly? Just add it to a colored card base. What else could we add to it? Whee. That one got close. Gotta do a whole 360. All right, we're almost there. We're almost there. These little points. And done. See, if we cover that one up, if we cover this mushroom up with that, then you get to still see the other mushroom and all of the camera's backwards for me, all of the other mushroom. So what do y'all think? Any ideas on what else we should do? I could get some red cardstock possibly, or a frame. We could put a frame behind it. Either would probably look great. Let me see if I have a frame. I think we have a frame actually that matches that, if I'm not mistaken. Haha, this is the scallop labels. Didn't even think about this. Now that could step it up, couldn't it? We could make a shaped card. Y'all want to make a shaped card? We could totally do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 5.5 right there. That is about an A2 right there. So red or green will make it pop. Okay. So if we do a red, I don't want to use red and green because it'll look like Christmas. So if we do a red frame, then we could do a white outer, the traditional, 2 red. Y'all know all I have to do is turn around to find my cardstock, so that's pretty easy. Let's see. The other would be pulling in the blue. See, this is how I design. I sit here like this, and I will actually just sit here and do like this, say like that, or I will get my white, and here I'll just take a scrap of white right now because I've got some scraps here next to me, and I will turn it, take the blue away, add some white, and then add my colors like that. I don't know. Do we want the blue in there? Okay, we got 1 red and white. Anyone else? I like the, let's see, I like pulling in the blue flowers, but white does that too. The blue looks good too. I really like the red. Well, the red cat, I'm going to do the red either way. The question is, do we want the blue with it or do we want the white with it? Because I've got 2 frame, no, not those. I've got 2 frame dies that we're going to work with. These 2. So that's where, so the red is for sure. I'm cutting the red right now. So the red is for sure. Blue. I'm kind of thinking blue too. And plus blue's on my desk. Not scraps. I'm going to just get a piece of blue out here. Don't have a scrap? No. Oh, there's going to be a tug of war. I think white accents onto the craft will be where the white could come from. You mean the white around the, what I die cut out gives the accent? Yeah, that's how I felt, Teresa, that it looked kind of stark. Okay. So let's see. We have to decide which way though. We have to decide if we like it like this. The blue sky, red frame, or red and blue frame. I kind of like to usually do the darker background. Sequins. Where are we putting sequins at? I think I'm good with this. I can get sequins or bling. Yeah, because it was kind of both, wasn't it? And I don't think we have another die. We could put all three in if I had another die that fit. Let me get these out of the way. Change my plate system. Okay. Well, the craft is right here. What's the question, Kat? Yeah, that's the same size. I'm going to grab a drink real quick. Okay. Let me see here. Oh, okay. Yeah, we can put white bling on the craft card. Of course. That will pull the white in then. Yeah, I like that. We can do that. Okay, now on this, if we are making this a card base, did I cut this the right size? Yes, I did. Good job, Melanie. Good job. Let me grab my scoreboard. On my messy desk. I'm going to go ahead and give this a good score. Then we're going to take this big one. I want to put this over the edge and tape this down. Best ever craft tape. So what you're doing is you're leaving this edge right here. Like that. So it doesn't cut your fold line. Make sure the top is under the top of the card so you get that full shape. All right. So you've got clearance there, you're on the paper there, and you're hanging off here. That's a little too close for comfort for me. Let's move her over a little bit. She's over, but all we needed to have to do this twice. You know, measure twice, cut once. That old saying. Let's just make sure. That's better. Yeah, that's better. Just gonna get it straight. Okay. So we'll go ahead and cut. I'm going to go ahead and put these on at an angle and cut through the platinum. cut through both layers pretty nicely. Take that tape off. And now we have our shaped card. So now we'll do this one real quick. You know what? Oh, no, never mind. I was thinking I did the wrong color combo. But I didn't. Sorry for the shake if the camera shook a little bit. There we go. Get rid of all this little bitty trash. All right. So here we go. And there. And there. Okay, come on. Of course, in Alive, it's going to be ornery. Had a snot booger on the end of it, but it came off. Perfect. There we go. I haven't used this die set in a long time, this frame set. It's been over there, but I hadn't used it. I'm glad I got this out tonight. Now, do I want to pop this one up? Or do I just want to pop this guy up? Do we want to white ink this or just put the white gems on it? We can just put the white gems on it, I think. Yeah, I don't want to do too much white. Okay, let me get some tape. Thank you. It's just a fly by the seat of your pants kind of thing. Wasn't even planning on doing a whole card, but you guys encouraged me. This is the 1/4 inch wide, 1/16 inch thick foam tape from Altenew. So we will put this, let's not put it upside down, and we will go ahead and strategically cover up that other mushroom. There we go. And that's off to the side. And then I will glue this one down. This is so detailed. Look how detailed that is. Isn't that gorgeous? This one has a lot of flat space though too, and it's going to glue down really easily because of that. It's just really nice. I know I'm using lots of glue. I'm a glue girl. Glue girl. I don't like my stuff falling apart. Yes, I love Altenew's foam tape. Now, you guys are going to see, if you're part of my group or whatever, you guys are going to see a lot of Altenew from me over the next 3 months, because I've recently been asked to be an ambassador for Altenew. So I'm going to be bringing you all the best deals and doing more content with them starting this Saturday coming up. Isn't it cute? Oh my gosh. Then, you know, I don't even think I'm going to put a sentiment on it during the live, but I probably will afterwards. But let's find some bling. Bling, bling, bling. Let's see what I can find. Where's some white bling? Of course, everything's going to be colored. I've got some pearls. And I've got enamel dots. See if I have anything else. None of those are really white. It looks like I've got milky white ones there. Let's see if I have white sequins of theirs. No, it's just cream. I don't have white. I have some gold. Okay, well, someone has to go shopping for some white embellishments. Yeah, the blue worked out. Thank you. Okay, so do we want enamel dots or pearls? They don't really go with it though. Let's look at this one. Let's see what these are. Let's see what these are. I like the white ones with the light gray and black. Okay, the Hero Hues. I just want to see what these look like. Okay, those are just gems. Those are gems. Those aren't solid. Okay, let me put these back. Okay, that's what we'll go with then. Got little crystals on my desk. I like that they have some tiny ones too. All right. I don't know where my pokey tool is. That's what happens when I clean. Do you lose stuff when you clean? Now this isn't the pokey tool I was talking about. Just FYI. There we go. Whenever I clean though, I lose what I'm looking for. I mean, I always lose stuff right after I clean. It's just an every time thing. It's crazy. This was perfect, Cat. This is perfect. I'm gonna put a couple medium ones too. Come on, stop being stubborn. Come on. And then get this last little one. And we will have 5. Good number. How about that? It goes with the white dots on him. There we go. Yes, that's what, yep, that's exactly what I meant. Yep. All right. I like it. And look, we got it done in less than an hour. How did I do that? I can't believe I actually did that. But I couldn't have done it without all of y'all's help. So thank you for being here this evening. And we will open door number 4 tomorrow. But before I go, I let you know that I'm going to add some gilding flakes in copper and gold to the prize box today. So these little guys are going, and they're gorgeous. If you've never played with gilding flakes before, you'll have to check a YouTube video or two to see how to play with them. But they're very pretty and shiny, and they're going to go in the box for the winner. Anyone that doesn't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to be giving away a box at the end of the month or Christmas. Santa, I'm sure, will be picking. But every day during the live, I'm going to be giving away something else from my craft room, from my stash. So every day I'm picking something different. It's going to be a box full of love, let me tell you. So it's helping me purge my craft room before I move into my new home in my new studio. And it's going to be a really big prize. So I hope everybody enjoys the fun of that and comes back and sees me. So I will see you guys tomorrow. And thanks so much for being here and supporting me. Bye-bye, my friends.